Confidence is built through competence. Even when you're battling yourself out of the thoughts that you don't want to be having, it's work.
The days that we don't want to do, I'm telling you now, if you go to the gym the day that you don't want to go to the gym, you're going to be hella proud and confident in yourself after you've gone and done it.
I can't lie. You ain't sounding too confident right now. Really hard to do if you wake up and your first thought is, my life is shit. I'm having to go through a baptism of fire in order to get myself back to a position where I'm able to be like, you know what? I'm Niall Conrad. I don't fuck around and I'm here for business.
Woo! All right, let's go. All right, let's lead the intel. Episode 1.
Episode 1. I'm the main host. This is my co-host. This is my co-host. I'm Niall.
I'm Alfie.
Damn. The cogs took a while to get moving there.
Bro, I had a coffee 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago, I feel like I should have had a coffee, but it's bedtime soon. So
45 minutes, I'll be more than rolling.
All right.
But yeah, what you been up to today?
Today, just same old, mate. Same old. Been working, grafting, grinding. The same old thing that we always do every day, day in, day out. The works. We're always working. What is it that we always say? Everything's work.
Yeah, everything's work, right?
Everything's work.
It's like we were saying the other day that it's like you're getting healthy. It's work. You're working on yourself.
It's work.
You're working on business.
It's work. Even when you're battling yourself out of the thoughts that you don't want to be having, it's work.
Yeah.
And we even said, if you're a dosser, if you do nothing, it's work because you're creating work for yourself.
And work for other people, essentially. Which is good. And maybe that's where we should start leaking the intel on what we want to speak about confidence.
Confidence.
Right.
I can't lie. You ain't sounding too confident right now.
Off camera, you get the big cat. On camera, you get the pussy cat. Nah, but for real, I think as we get into the conversation, big cat will come out.
I hope so. Because we need the big cat right now. Yeah, there's a lot of people, including myself, who lack confidence. And I feel like over the last couple of months, I've been stomped down. And I feel like a tiny little mouse and everyone's walking around me like they're giants. And it's a journey that I'm having to put myself on. I'm having to go through a baptism of fire in order to get myself back to a position where I'm able to be like, you know what? I'm Niall Conrad. I don't fuck around and I'm here for business.
Yeah.
But
I hear you.
I lost that recently. And I think a lot of people are allowing the way that society's set up. A group of people are getting more and more confident. But for most of us, we're just feeling smaller and smaller on a daily basis. Mental health issues is up.
Yeah, on the
Suicide's
rise, for sure.
up. You know, I heard life expectancy is going down.
Down? What, due to mental matters?
Due to mental health.
Wow. For someone who's obviously in the health and wellness area, I didn't even know that. That's kind of crazy. You
got to do your research, boy.
But like the self-confidence thing, right? Like I find myself, like we were saying the other day, to be quite a self-confident individual. Like I've got faith in myself no matter where I am on the spectrum.
This guy, for me, my issue is my personal circumstance. So I need certain things to be in place to carry myself as a confident individual. But as soon as one of those pillars falls down, I lose myself completely.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I retreat into a shell. But I feel like spending time with you, it's like whatever the weather, whatever the situation is, you're always up. And I don't know how you manage to do that.
Because, and I think I've briefly said it to you before, right? It's like you ain't got to be up just when your bank balance is up. Like you've got to be up in yourself all the time, 24/7, right? It's like I've got to bring the super M into it right now. It's like what I say to you, right? If I lost everything, I know I could step into McDonald's, broke as a joke, knowing that I'm going to run up a bag again, starting from the ground up.
And that's what I'm saying. And we were talking what was it you were saying? You were like, even if every one of my ex-girlfriends rolled through to grab a Mackey's from me, you're slanging that burger out, cheesing from cheek to cheek.
Bro, I did it when I was younger. Did I not tell you that?
No.
So, I was a bit of a shit bit of a delinquent in school, right? And I got kicked out. I can't even remember why. That's a whole nother subject, traditional education system. But yeah, I got kicked out. So I had to go do some like, have you ever heard of like the stuff where you have to go to a different school a couple of days a week? I can't even remember what it's called.
No.
It's just this thing that we have in the UK, right? But I had to go to another school and serve up food to the students in the canteen.
Really?
Yeah, I had to do this for like a whole year, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
No.
And one of the girls at the time that like, because obviously when you're in secondary school, it's a bit different, right? But one of the girls that I knew of at the time,
right,
that I slept with back then,
right?
Yeah, I had to serve her. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a bacon bap. But no, I had to, right? I had to. But like, even then, I had confidence. Like, I smiled. I said like, "Oh, how you doing?"
Right.
I knew
you gave her the A books
because I feel like as long as no matter the situation, you have that self-confidence. Like, she never treated me no different after that. She knew who I was out because I had to wear the uniform as well. That was the worst part about it.
Wow.
Like, no disrespect to it.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? The little top hat, the little mushroom top hat.
I've been there.
Yeah, and the black overalls.
I've been there.
Yeah, and she never treated me no different. Wherever I feel like if I shied away from the situation, essentially, maybe it would have ended a different way.
Right.
But like, I smiled like 15-year-old me.
So in that moment, did you feel different within yourself?
I feel like I've always had that charisma in me, like that confidence in me.
Right.
From a very young age.
Right.
Like, I was the guy selling Lucozades in school.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Teachers knew about it. Like, I was renting lockers off students and like stocking up to the next level and stuff like that. But
Adele boy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What did you mean by Adele boy?
Adele. You don't know what Adele boy is?
Adele boy.
Adele boy.
Adele was in the singer, right? Yeah, Adele boy, essentially, like, from a young age. So, like, I've always spoke to people. I suppose it's sales from a young age, too. And obviously, as you grow into a man, I suppose that's when it gets difficult, right? Confidence as a man.
Confidence as a man. Because everything that you're saying comes naturally to me to some degree.
Yeah.
You know, I can have a conversation with anyone.
Yeah.
If I'm thrown in the deep end, I'll have a conversation with anyone. It's more of a feeling. It's more of a how do you feel when you wake up in the morning?
Yeah.
And I think for me, when I wake up in the morning, as of late, it's doom and gloom.
Okay.
It's doom and gloom. It's like I'm fighting to get back to where I need to be in order to be able to strut around with that BDE.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that brings us to like sort of the main point of why we're doing the pod, right? Because like we want to leak that information to people like that. They're not going through stuff on their own. Everyone's got their own problems. We established this the other day, right?
Absolutely.
Like we heard of a few crazy things that have gone on around town. But yeah, going back to that, it's like social media's there. With like 15 seconds, it's like you're probably comparing yourself to other individuals when I think the massive problem with this generation is we're not focusing on our goals.
No.
We're focusing on what other people are doing.
No. And
it's a massive issue.
And speaking on that issue, that is something that I suffer with to the point where I'm not going to self-diagnose myself, but it feels almost obsessive. It feels like it's an obsessive compulsive disorder. Now, that's not medically confirmed.
Yeah.
But the rate, I know what it's like to be me. I know what it's like to walk around in my head. And when I walk around in my head, I prefer to be stressing about somebody else, thinking all the time about somebody else and what their life's looking like and what they've got going on.
Yeah.
As opposed to thinking, but what am I doing tomorrow? What am I and just enjoying my life, my present moment, because the present moment is all we have.
Well, I think that's the big issue at hand here, right? Because in a world where we're in an attention economy, right?
Absolutely.
So like we can pick up our phone and our attention's on a whole different thing. So now we're doubting ourselves, right? It's like, let's say your goal was to go to the gym. Right. You're naturally in good shape. I've always seen you in good shape, right? Me.
I mean, naturally is a strong word, son.
Okay. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. But anyway, like I was 15 stone a couple years ago.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like everyone wants that get out a jail free card, that quick fix, right?
Oh yeah.
Like life isn't like that. And I think this is where the self-confidence thing comes in. It's because me personally, I've never been that guy to like set a goal like, oh, I'm going to lose such and such weight in such and such time. Right. I just chip away at it. Like, I've been exercising and going to the gym for like 2 years straight now. Right. I'm finally getting into a shape. Right. Because obviously I'm balancing work at the same time, right? Right. My goals ain't to become an athlete. Right. So I'm not like gym, fitness. Right. But I do it alongside the rest of my goals. I try and make my goals align. But essentially what I'm trying to say is like on that journey, you lose the confidence in yourself because you can pick up your phone and within 5 minutes, should we say? Maybe even shorter, right? 60 seconds, 3 swipes on your phone, seeing a 15-second reel. You all of a sudden lose the vision and the goal that you have in mind because you've seen someone else that they're in shape or they're making money. So now your mind's like, I need to make money. What am I doing? Focusing on being in shape. And all of a sudden you're not focusing on what you've set out to do. And then because your attention span's so short, I feel, you then forget about the goal. And then when you beat yourself up the next week about your confidence because you're not got into shape and you've not met the goal, it's because of all the distractions out there. And I feel personally that people just need to focus on their self, be extremely goal driven. Like if they want to make money, be confident while doing it. Do you know what I mean? Because the confidence comes with a journey as well. Right. Like the confidence don't just come.
Yeah, they say confidence is built through competence.
There you go.
But but what I'm saying is sometimes there was those kids at school, right? I would probably say you were one of them that just you always felt like they had it.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? See, yeah. Even when they didn't, they had it. And for me, I never felt like I had it. And then if I tried to one day come into school and act as though I had it, you could smell the fake aftershave ruminating off of my body. It was ridiculous. Like I couldn't hold up a persona. So I don't even think it boils down to a persona. It could be because people can see through personas.
Oh, 100%.
So how do you wake up in the morning and think, you know what, no matter what my life situation is, whether I am waking up to do my shift in Mackey's, whether I'm waking up, looking outside and seeing no car on the road and thinking I'm going to have to catch the bus. How do you wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm a G? Because in society, we've created hierarchies. Yeah. There's classes, right? And you know a winner when you see a winner. Yeah. And you know a loser when you see a loser.
I feel you can even see a future winner. Like someone that... But yeah, again, that comes back to judgments and stuff. But you see someone, you meet someone. They may not be there yet. Yeah. But you can tell they're going to be a winner.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Like the way they're speaking, articulating themselves, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. They're going to be a winner.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm with you on that.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the key. So it's like, without putting on a persona... And also, how would you even define a winner? Because so many people would say a winner's this, a winner's that. You're not a winner until you have this car. You're not a winner until you've done that. And it's like, what is a winner? And then how do you just wake up one morning and say, you know what? F what everybody thinks.
Everyone has different winners, right? Like, what you might idolize as a winner is not quite what I might idolize as a winner, you see? And I think that's a massive important thing. Like, money ain't everything to some people. Sometimes family is a lot more important. Right. In other cases, it's the opposite way around. Like people will abandon their families to go make money, right? Yeah. Like they're going all out, they're going ham because they believe that the financial freedom is going to help anything. Yeah. And so yeah, I think the whole like who is a winner thing, again, it's like it comes down to goals. Like people need to be setting goals, know who they want to be in years to come. Right. Right? Because at the end of the day, that's what it comes with. Like, a winner to me is someone who's healthy. Like, this is to me, right? Someone who's healthy. They're quite well educated. They know how to handle their self and their emotions, more importantly. They're not like erratic, right? Because me personally, I don't like to be around erratic people. Right, it's no good for me. Yeah. It don't align with my goals, right? Yeah. And obviously, again, because I do believe that a lot of the things in the world cost money to do, even eating healthy, going to the gym membership, whatever else, nice cars and stuff.
Yeah.
Being financially free. So to me, that's a winner, right?
Right.
But you go ask someone else in a different position, their goals might not align with my goals.
Right.
So their idea of a win is going to be completely different.
Right.
Just like coming back to the subject, like you need to focus on what you're doing to allow yourself to day in, day out, build the confidence towards your goal and the person you want to be.
So essentially it's forming a healthy, and keyword healthy, self-obsession.
Yeah. Like you've got to be the autopilot thing, right? That we was discussing. Absolutely. Like you have to be on autopilot towards your goals.
Right.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Right?
I understand
autopilot
that.
in the right way though, because you could be on autopilot like
swiping.
Yeah.
Scrolling.
Swiping. Yeah. Doing the bad stuff. Like you're wasting time. Next thing you know, you're consuming and you're not producing content, for example. Like if you're in the business world, you need to be producing content. Right? Yeah. This is something that I've realized a lot. So you sitting there consuming, you're on autopilot in the wrong way.
Right.
So you need to get on the because when you do get on autopilot in the right way, all of a sudden you're like, okay, I'm doing things right. I'm gaining more. Let's talk about it in the sense of outreach, right? In content, you're like, oh, okay, I'm gaining more outreach. More people are seeing me. Okay, business is getting better. People are buying more products, right? All of a sudden, you're going to gain confidence alongside that.
Right.
Do you see where I'm going with it?
But for me, the big question that I keep asking, which we're working towards an answer, is the initial steps. It's like, it's really hard to do if you wake up and your first thought is, my life is shit. Yeah. I'm a loser. Nobody in my circle rates me.
Yeah.
I'm the bottom of the barrel. I'm pond scum. Like if you're waking up and your mindset's there, how are you able to climb out of that? Like, what would you say to somebody that's like, every morning I wake up with these thoughts, and I can't shake them. And so when I can't shake them, it's like the autopilot kicks in, and it's like, well, you're this, you're that. This is what everybody labels.
Firstly, it depends on the individual, right, and their circumstances. I'm a true believer in that, because the first thing I would say typically is like, are you healthy in your body and your mind? That's what works for me, right? Like I make sure I train, I make sure that I'm like mentally there. But but if the person's in shape and they're still feeling like that, like let's say yourself, for example, right? It's like, then you need to evaluate. It's like, why are you feeling like that? Why are you feeling this lack of confidence, right? And then you can pinpoint things. Is it money? Is it like personal situations and matters? Yeah. Okay. And then I feel like once you've done that, it's then like structuring a plan. This is why I'm big on goals, essentially, right? Goals in their own way. It's like, if it's a financial problem, you need to figure out what in your life is not really going financially right. Okay. Set a goal to what you think is going to make you happy financially. And also what's going to give you that confidence financially. Because if it's finance that you think is making you wake up every morning and being like, I'm not the boy, then you need to work on your financial intelligence. Facts. Okay. And then once you work on your financial intelligence, so let's use this this is good, right? Let's say that your issue was you didn't have enough bank compared to everyone else.
I think that's a big one.
If all of a sudden you had £1 million in your bank account the next morning, financial confidence is going to go through the roof, right? Yeah. So this brings me back to your question. It's action. Like, you've got to take the little steps. You've got to set goals. You've got a plan. And then you've just got to be taking action day in, day out. The confidence ain't going to come. Right. 9 times out of 10, the confidence might not come for weeks. Right. But it's going to come if you're there every day, trying action steps. Right. Right. Did you get where I'm coming from?
I'm with you.
Can you see the sense?
Yeah. And I also feel like it goes back to what you're saying, in that, you know, when somebody's gonna win because you can just see the pure tenacity behind the words that they're saying. So if they're sitting there and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and it's like, I can't even sit here and be like, oh, they're gonna fail, because I know that they're so self-obsessed. They're so focused on that goal that they would just keep trying.
Yeah.
And they'd either die and then it wouldn't matter anyway, or they'd get there.
And that's it, right? You just said self-obsessed. Like being self-obsessed with your goals is taking actions day in, day out.
Yeah.
So how can you lose if every day you're taking action?
Yeah. And
the game don't end until the action stops.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I think from there, when you start taking that action from the very first thing, like you go to the gym and you take that action, from day one, you can be like, I'm going to be a wham champ.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm taking action. Anybody that tells me different, anybody that comes to me and says, you're fat, you're a slob, it's like, but I was in the lab last night, I'm in the lab tonight, and best believe I'm going to be in the lab tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that right there, that energy right there, that commitment to the actions should be enough for you to say, so you can call me fat, because right now, that might be how I present myself to you. But my actions are going to be so consistent, so disciplined, that come back to me in a year's time and I'll be telling you how to lose weight.
And there you go, right? Because it's like you're going to come back in the year time, this new developed person. And I'm telling you now, 9 times out of 10, like if everything's aligned, your confidence will be there.
Yeah.
Next time you see like this so-called person you've just said about and you're in shape, you're going to be confident standing in front of them.
Yeah.
Because you've took the action and you put in the work, right? Yeah. But like, it is difficult. It's not easy. It's not easy, bro. No, like it's not easy to get out of that like bad mindset when you wake up and things not good. Like it's tough. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people go through it in our era, in our day and age.
Yeah, absolutely.
Due to all the distractions.
100%. And also because we're very socially aware, and social media enhances our ability to check up on so and so and see how they're doing, and you see them, and because social media is a highlight reel, you're like, they're living lavish, and it's like, well, actually, hang on a second. Yeah. Like, chill. Like, you don't know.
Because what it could come down to, essentially, they've just been taking more action than yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're living. Why? Because, like, you're waking up feeling less confidence, focusing on them rather than focusing on yourself, taking the steps. Yeah. And then no doubt about it, you'll get to that level of confidence where you're just like, shit, I feel that guy now. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
And I think if you're good at something, like if you, let's say you're fat, but you're amazing at video games because all you do is sit in and bang FIFA. That is all you do. But you're a wizard on the ball when it comes to video games, right? You can just take that evidence that through your dedication to FIFA, you're a wizard. If you dedicated that same level of commitment to working out or getting money, why would the result be different? You'll be a wizard at whatever.
There wouldn't be a different result.
Exactly.
There wouldn't.
So even if you've worked so hard in the wrong things, you've maxed out the video game skill, and like,
it depends back to goals though, right? If the guy's goal is to be a top G gamer
at Tekken, like,
then he's winning, bro. Yeah. He's gonna be happy. He's gonna have confidence in his field.
Yeah.
So it's that thing, aligning your goals with what you want your reality to be.
Absolutely. Again. Absolutely. I've just started learning the keyboard, and it's and I already, like, it's not been long. Yeah. But if I compare myself to how I was when I started to how I am today, there's a difference.
Yeah.
So I can extrapolate that. I'm confident that given enough time, you'll see me in the train station near you, busting out piano, like on a serious note. On a serious note, because I'm committed to learning it. Yeah. And I'm taking action every day. Okay. So I think,
like, that's the goal, right? Yeah. To learn the piano.
Yeah, that's the goal.
And you're taking the action steps.
Yeah.
And you're feeling more confident.
And I'm feeling more confident.
Day in, day out.
From where I was last week to where I am now, I'm feeling more confident, hands down. And that's in a very short space of time. So I think if you apply it to anything and just say, look, I'm committed to the action. Anytime someone makes you feel insecure, I'm committed to the action. Anytime someone challenges you and makes you feel like you can't do it, just say, I'm committed to the action. Let them know if you need to. Let them know and say, I am committed to the action.
Yeah.
So what do you think's going to happen? well, I think that in a year's time, you're still going to be fat, but I'm committed to the action. So given enough time, I'm going to be good.
They're going to be in shape.
Yeah.
And then the confidence comes along with that. I think that's the beauty of it. It's like, good quote. I said it the other day, right? Everyone likes the idea of the destination, but no one wants to go through the journey and the turbulence. I'm a true believer in this. Like, and during your journey and developing your story, because that's what life is essentially. It's like one big storyline, right? You will build confidence through progression, action, and achieving your goals.
Right.
But you're never going to get to like the full level of confidence. Like, I don't think there's no such thing in the whole planet, because there's always new goals. There's always going to be something that you're not comfortable in. You can't be a professional in every field.
No.
You can't.
No. But I think you can, if you dilute confidence down, if you strip it apart and take it to what it is at its very core, if you can become confident in anything because you've been dedicated to the action, then it only makes sense that you can have confidence, because you know, okay, and don't be arrogant, because this can be dynamite and you can blow yourself up if you just walk around and you're like, yeah, I could do that. I hate those
thinking
people.
You're the top boy.
Yeah. You're the top boy in everything. It's like, I could do that if I wanted to. I could do. Don't be like that. Have a genuine respect for ping pong. Like, the way the Asians bang ping pong. Like, I have a genuine respect for that. Yeah. But I also feel as though if I was in the lab as much as they were, for as long as they have been, I would probably be maybe 80%.
They've been putting in the work.
Yeah.
They've been taking the action.
Yeah.
They're champions.
Yeah.
They're gold medalists.
Yeah.
Top performers of their game.
Absolutely.
Of course they are. And I think, and that's another important thing, right? It's like, once you start gaining confidence in one thing, you're starting to contaminate your mind in the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's back to autopilot. It's like, you're now on autopilot and you're achieving things. So you're building confidence. It's like, okay, let's take your case for scenario, the piano, right? Mm-hmm. You're like, okay, I'm learning the piano.
Right.
Weeks go on, action taken, progression, right? All of a sudden, you're very good at the piano. And you're like, okay, I applied myself here.
Yeah.
I'm extremely good. Now, your brain is full of confidence. You've got all the chemicals, endorphins that you need. You're going to be waking up feeling like you can do shit a lot better than you did a couple of weeks ago.
That's true. It's the small
little habits, right? And I feel like that's what it is. It's like the gauntlet. It's like you're picking up all these infinity stones, right? We use this analogy. These life lessons are the stones, right?
Yeah.
And you're putting them into the gauntlet, essentially. And the more you get, the more powerful you become. Yeah. I feel like that's just like confidence, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like,
the more stones you have, and really you can use that analogy to be like, any L that I've taken and overcome, I've got a stone. So when somebody's making you feel small because you've essentially taken an L and they're like, you lost out on that, it's like, but I've got the stone now. So technically I got the power. I've got the power that came from that lesson. So come check me. Do you know what I mean? Come and test me, because I'm ready.
Yeah.
You've got to be somebody that wants to learn from every mistake. And you don't look at failure as something negative. Yeah. But again, that just comes from perception and having the right perception towards certain things. And I think never ever look at anything as completable, because it's not. You can always get better at everything, no matter how good you get.
100%. And I think that's the important thing to know, even in yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can reach peak confidence, but you're not going to be peak performance. Like, you're not going to be the best of the best.
But even the best, it's like, okay, Michael Jordan, people can argue he was the best in his time.
Yeah.
But he's not the best now. You could say, well, I believe that if he was in his peak performance now, he'd be the best, but you can't test that
until it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So when I would say never strive to be the best at anything, because if you're the best at something, then that implies that you're eventually going to get surpassed by somebody else. It's just the nature of the game.
And to be fair, I read a book about Michael Jordan. It was called Winning. I actually can't remember the author right now, but it was called Winning. And he coached MJ.
Right.
And he was saying, like, he convinced himself with the confidence, right? This is why this is a good little analogy here. He convinced himself with the confidence. He was taking action every day. His training schedule was insane, right? He was doing the most, like, for real. You can understand why he's the best after reading it. And, but he always knew there was room for improvement.
Right.
And I think that's what you're trying to get at, right?
Absolutely.
It's like, you can get to peak optimal performance.
Yeah.
But there is still more to be done.
Absolutely.
And that is life. Until death do we part. Like, you're constantly on a journey.
Yeah.
To achieving goals.
Absolutely. But then the next question is kind of like, we live in the microwave generation, right?
Yeah. What do you mean by microwave?
Well, how does a microwave work? You whap it, or you whack some food in.
Yeah.
And within a fraction of the time it would have taken you to cook it on the hob, it's done. Ding. It's
quick.
It's there. So we live in that society where, because you can go on TikTok and Instagram and see a bunch of people who've already done what you want to do, you kind of lose drive for enduring that journey.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants the destination, don't
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a fact. Like, I would love to be like Mozart on the piano right now. I would love to be that level, but I'm not. So how do I carry myself? What do I do when I go on the keyboard and I'm messing up, or it's a bad session, it's a bad hour? What do you feel like people can do in order to allow themselves to kind of look at that as, enjoy that part, enjoy that aspect?
Enjoy the journey.
Yeah, enjoy that aspect. And then also look at other people who are way further down the road and not look at it through green eyes of envy.
Yeah, and then lose confidence in yourself.
And lose confidence.
Okay, I see where you're coming from there. Again, I think it's important to know your destination. Like I say, the destination is important, right? You need to know you're becoming. If you want to be a professional pianist, you've got to believe that you are, essentially. You got to wake up and tell yourself that you are a professional pianist, and then taking the action to get there is extremely important. Like, day in, day out, you make sure you're practicing. You have to, and it comes back to what we're saying. Like, just taking them actionable steps day in, day out, you are going to gain the confidence, because all of a sudden you've gone from playing, I don't know, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to a Mozart song.
But it's a slog, what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
Sorry. It's a slog. Like, going to the gym every day, you don't always wake up with fire in your belly to take that action. So I'm saying, on the days when it's like, I can't be bothered for this. I can't be bothered to practice.
Bro, but that comes with resilience, right? It's like the days that we don't want to do. I'm telling you now, if you go to the gym the day that you don't want to go to the gym, you're going to be hella proud and confident in yourself after you've gone and done it.
Right.
I'm a big believer in that.
Right.
It's like, it's the stuff that we don't want to do that builds the confidence.
Right.
It's not in the comfort zone. We need to get outside of the comfort zone. When you're in the comfort zone, it's like, I can't bother to do this. I can't be bothered to do that. But your goals, they mean so much to you. You wrote them down, right? They're on a piece of paper. Why aren't you taking action? Just go to the gym. You can have a day off in a few days on your rest day. Like, go today. You'll build the confidence. And next week, you're going to be like, oh, shit, as if I was going to take the day off the gym last week.
Right, okay. So it really boils down to just resilience.
Resilience and action. And it takes time. I'm not saying it happens overnight.
Right.
It can't. It's impossible, right? Like, even the overnight success stories, they don't happen overnight. There's a story behind them. They've built up.
That's what makes it interesting, though.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel the overall outline of it, and to sort of wrap this up, I believe, is that confidence comes with, just like anything in life, practicing, taking actionable steps. Even from a youth, you only learn from taking action, right? Your first couple of steps. And then from there, just working on it. Having a growth mindset is important, I believe. And not focusing on other individuals, and just excelling on your journey and ticking off them goals as you go.
Yeah, I would say if you're in a place where you're comparing yourself to other people too much, lock off your socials. And I promise you, like, you think, oh, I can't. I lose followers. Like, at the end of the day, it's all still going to be there. And if you had it before, if you had the clout before, if you had the reach before, if that's what you're really afraid of, you coming back and people forgetting about you, the whole point of you disappearing and doing your thing is so that you can come back with more value.
Yeah.
As a changed person.
And it's kind of a contradiction, right? Like, you're scared to, let's use your example. You're scared to get rid of the socials because you feel like you're going to be forgotten. But the socials essentially is what is causing you to have less confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
So you've just got to really think about what you want to do in life. Get there, work on it, action steps every day. Yeah. Believe you can do it.
Yeah.
Because in this day and age, we have all the resources in front of us, few taps away.
Yeah.
Like, I know in all the developed countries we have phones, we have laptops. Like, there's no one without a phone when you're walking around in the streets, right? So they have the ability to apply. Whatever they want to do, a few kicks, they can get the information done. They can go do it. Word. But yeah, I think that's sort of a wrap then for today.
I think that's a wrap, mate. Yeah. I think we tied a nice ribbon around that.
Okay, well, episode 1. Let's lead the Ying Tao.
Thanks for watching, guys. Come back for part 2.
Let's go.